I think one of the misconceptions that a lot of people have is that Dream is a good guy. Like if you sit down and you watch the show, just watch it again, and you watch a lot of the conversations that Dream has, the decision that Dream makes, and the backstory that is given about their character, you will quickly come to realize that Dream is detached from understanding humanity. Of course, as the series progresses and as the books progresses, they come to a better understanding about humanity in general. Death has the best understanding of humanity, where Death is essentially like, hey, we were created because of them. We live to serve them. Like the both of us exist as a symbiotic force, which is when you guys die, I'm here to provide a friendly face and take you on to the next place. For Dream, he's essentially disconnected from all that. He allows humans to enter his realm and create these grand vistas in the, I don't even remember what the hell it's called. Well, it's called The Dream, but it has like a different name in the comic books. He allows them to create these grand places in the dream that gives them safety and comfort, but he doesn't really understand what it means to be human, what it means to live as a human. This is really going to come into play in regards to the woman who's inside the cell. Now, the woman in the cell, her name is Nada. She is from an African tribe that was one of the first tribes essentially on Earth to have stories and dreams that led them to the dream. And that is where she ended up meeting Dream themselves, where when Dream first encountered her inside the dream, they fell in love and they ended up inside of a relationship. Here's the thing. So Dream always mentions the fact that there are laws that guide them and they have to follow the laws, otherwise it's chaos and they get punished. One of the laws that is essentially, or should I say was essentially created, is that the endless cannot procreate or be in personal relationships with humans. There is a dividing line. The endless are on one side, the humans are on the other. You're not supposed to cross the streams essentially and procreate with the beings that created you or procreate with the beings that you're supposed to be governing. Dream essentially broke that law. He wasn't taking care of their space. They were allowing the dream to essentially not decay as bad as it does in the Sandman series, but it was kind of falling apart and starting to crack. They were essentially spending a lot of time, or should I say he, because he had taken on a male form at this time, was spending a lot of time on Earth with Nada and also in the dream with her as well. And because of this, someone, it's highly implied that the person is God himself, wiped out Nada's entire village from the face of the earth. And upon doing this, without Dream knowing the fact that the village was wiped out, Nada committed suicide. And she was brought to the dreaming. Now, when she was brought into the dreaming, Dream basically asked her to be his queen and rule the dreaming with him. However, Nada felt as though because of their relationship, it was her fault that all of her people died, and instead refused him so that she could pass on to the next life and that he could continue being the Lord of the Dream. Dream saw this as essentially a sign of disrespect, which is one of the things that I really hate about Dream's character, because it's like, there has to be a reason as to why this woman that you love, who's spending all this time with you both in the real world and the dreaming, would commit suicide. I don't know, when her entire fucking village just disappears. Like, you didn't look around and go, where are the 2,000 other African people that were dreaming in this bitch? They're all just simply gone. Where did they all go? But Dream didn't understand that because he didn't understand his own human emotions. And the human emotion he chose to essentially exert was rage. And the rage, in his rage, he condemns her to hell. And when he places her in hell, it's essentially for her to repent until he forgives her. Now, if you're listening to this story and you're going, wow, that's exceptionally fucked up, you're absolutely correct. He does eventually figure out everything that happened and apologizes to her, but my boy, you kind of left the woman that you loved in hell for, like, 50,000 years, which kind of sucks. And one of the things I actually like about Nada's character is the fact that, like, she never stopped loving Dream. She loved him from the moment that they met, and she loved him right up to the moment that he condemns her to hell, and right up to the moment he realizes that his actions were wrong and he releases her. But that is who that woman is. She's essentially Nada. She's the first lover of Dream. They're probably going to introduce in the next season like 2 more lovers of Dream if they follow the story that Neil Gaiman essentially like put down for all of these characters. But yeah. That's basically it. Like, her character really doesn't really play a real big role. Next season, it's probably going to be one of those stories that are essentially wrapped up, and I would say maybe 1 episode or 2 episodes as Dream starts to figure out where exactly and how exactly his human emotions kind of work, and then the whole guilt thing happens and he's like, wow, I really messed up. But yeah, that's who that character is. Her name is Nada. She was one of the first people on the planet Earth who were able to enter the dreaming. She fell in love with Dream. God wiped out her entire village because he's also a dick. And upon wiping out the entirety of the village, she commits suicide to join her people. Dream offers her a place in dreaming. She refuses. He condemns her to hell because he feels as though she's betrayed him, and it takes him like 50,000 to like 60,000 years before he realizes his mistake, and he lets her go. That's it.